Okay, if you can see here, this is the entire schedule of our IDEA project. We have numbers of programs that we are running. We have software development. We also have in software development, front end, back end, and all that. Then we have artificial intelligence module. Under artificial intelligence, we have introduction to the artificial intelligence, which is what we are here today for. Then we have introduction to deep learning. This is based on the machine learning. Okay, we have the model development and optimization. That will be the subsequent month. And then the internship. Okay, so these are the things that we are expected to have. Then in the other program, we have a graphic design for marketing and branding. Then we have a designing engaging content for social media, infographic, email campaigning, web and landing page design with a focus of a visual storytelling, enhancing the visual for CSEO and the navigation trends. So these are the modules that we have internally for the IDEA project. More are coming for the innovative technology or emerging technology rather, okay, which will give you some avenue as well. So for today, we are going to focus on the introduction to the artificial intelligence. Okay. If at any point of time we have a disconnection where the student cannot see the slide, those online students, please write it to the moderator so that I can bring back the slides. Okay? So this is the introduction to the artificial intelligence. We have to ask ourselves, what is artificial intelligence? Who can tell me here, what do you understand by artificial intelligence? What do you understand by artificial intelligence? When I say artificial intelligence, don't worry about it. You can still see me. The most important they have. Just keep it here, Ahmad. Are you with me? What do you understand by artificial intelligence?
Artificial intelligence is a program that acts for dynamics.
Okay.
Dynamics human processes.
Okay. It mimic? It's part of it actually. Yeah, it's part of it. And it's not just a program. It's a process. It's a system. Okay? When you have things that can be done artificially, meaning that it's not going to be done by a human, but with the interaction of human or without interaction of human, but it is done artificially. There is something we call naturally, right? There is something artificial. What is the difference between naturally and artificial? Naturally is our, nature, right? What we do in nature. But artificial is something that we try, like we say, mimic, and make a system to do it, a process to do it, as we are doing it. But this time around, we are looking at doing it better. That's why the intelligence comes. A human being is already intelligent, right? He can do all these things to make his life easy because he's focusing the next 1,000 years or million years and all that. Human beings don't want to die, don't want to get old, right? Don't want to get sick. Every day there is a research of whether we leave this world, because we know that in the scripture the world is going to finish, right? Why can't we prepare the Mars? Why can't we prepare somewhere else? That's why every time we use a best telescope to see where is a safe zone, we can go without a crash or anything. And we even look at the black hole, whether we can go outside the black hole. All this is the intelligence of the human being, because human is afraid of dying, right? Afraid of getting sick, afraid of getting old and all that. So you need to apply the intelligence to, overcome all this fear. Okay? So if you have a system, the system that can be done not by, engaging human being alone, but by engaging a system, a process that can be done effectively and efficiently and intelligently, then it becomes artificial intelligence, because it is done artificially. It's not the nature. There are some research, for example, that telescope people from one place to another. Okay? So if we can have this in real, then it becomes artificial, right? We don't have it in real, but we have a hologram. I can be here presenting while my hologram is there in Texas. Sure, people can come and shake hands with me and all that, right? So this is the work of artificial intelligence. We are looking into, teleportation and, what do you call it? Whatever it is, from one place to another. Okay, let's look at the general overview of the artificial intelligence. Since we are introducing it, we need to look at the overview. Okay? And for the definition is that it simulates a human intelligence process by a machine. So machine, when you say machine, is what? It's a system, hardware, process, procedure, policy, and all that governed together to make a machine, right? We call a computer a machine. Why? Because it involves hardware. There are certain rules, which is algorithm, programs. There are certain process that can be done, input, process, and output. So all this together makes the machine. So if you have any human being activity that you can simulate to allow machine to do it under a supervision or not supervised by a human being, then that can be artificial intelligence. Currently, we are trying to see a possibility of allowing a machine to be solo and do it by itself. This is one of the projects we are working with one of our team here. It happened that he is also interested in this class. Yes, we are looking at even evaluating the artificial intelligence, because at Cosmopolitan we are a center of artificial intelligence, a collaborative center for artificial intelligence. So we are looking at it. One of the projects we did here is like we evaluate the output or the result that was generated by the artificial intelligence. We use a human to evaluate it, and we use the artificial intelligence to evaluate it, just to compare whether the artificial intelligence will be biased or not, whether the human beings are capable of even evaluating the artificial intelligence. Notwithstanding, why we're doing this? Because we want to govern a policy of the use of artificial intelligence in the respective fields. And also, we want to give a guideline and process. There are some activity happening in MIT where they evaluate, but they are not really evaluated. They don't evaluate. They do a process and they modify the process to see whether it is better. They call that evaluation, but we don't do that here. We do the real evaluation of the AI output. So these are the key areas. We're looking at the learning. Learning is the key concept of the AI. You have a child, right? We are a child. When we were given birth, we don't know anything, right? The only thing we did is we cry. And the mother used intelligence to know that, hey, we need to be breastfeed, we need to change the diaper, we need to, take bath, this and that, all that. The mother used intelligence to understand, right? Does she know how the baby means? No. But there is another also research on AI to recognize the baby crying based on the needs. If the baby did this type of cry, feeling discomfort. If the baby did certain, it means any diaper is disturbing me. If this hungry, if this maybe sick, and so on. So there's certain kind of research like that. Learning is the key. Until you learn, then you can produce. The baby learns at grow that, okay, if I want to eat, or I even learn how to call the mama, right? Mama, and papa, all that. Gradually, learn how to crawl, right? Then learn how to, before crawling, sitting, right? The mother push the baby to sit, right? And then later, the baby will, sometimes the nose broken, sometimes, things happen, but it never stops. It continues. This is the learning. No matter what the challenge is, you continue. And then the baby now understand, if I do this, maybe I can help myself to move. Sometimes the mother just come and see the baby is moving. This is what we do with AI. We started, we crash. And so many things happen. They even call us a delusionals. And now we are in big critique of, taking the war to the machine, to the robot. But can we stop there? No, we have to continue and see how we can make better things and how this thing can help the human being rather than harming them. Okay? So this is the thing. So you learn, and the next thing you have to reason. When I fall down, why did I fall? What is the, behind me falling? Maybe because that baby looking for something and getting, attracted to that thing. Or maybe that baby, is tired in that direction and it cannot control itself back to reimpose, the strength that hold that baby, and then it falls. But most of the time, the baby want to explore. They are in a new environment. They are targeting something. That's the reason why they fail. If you put the camera most of the time, you will see that the baby is attracted by something, mostly red color and yellow. These are the things that are attracting the baby, and the baby want to get to there and explore. And you have to thank God your baby can see at that time, right? It's not blind. So this is one of the things. Yes.
Why red or yellow?
Yeah, this we have to go into the research, but I found out that these are the most attractive. Even you have a chicken, broilers. If you put their feeds in the red tins, they eat it more than you put it in green. It's attracted. If one of them has a wound, they will all go and bite it. So we see broilers like a baby. They are attracted by the red color mostly, but the baby, red and yellow. But yellow is not good for the baby, you know that, right? It attracts jaundice. This is another research, though some scientists say no, but it does attract jaundice. If you paint your room yellow because this is a children's room, and your baby, you keep it there, and it's not good for the baby. It attracts jaundice. So all these things we have to learn and reason. Now it's good that you reason. Why is it yellow? And then we need to reason, right? To find out. This is the thing. Then problem solving. My baby is falling down, break the nose. I bleed, right? We take him to the doctor and then they give a medication. What do we do next? Make sure we put something, forms, a pillow or something. The same thing with AI. We try, we crash, we reason why we crash, then we reinforce, right? We reinforce and get a way to deal with our problem. When we learn and we apply, we fail, we reason. And then we need to take a measure, which is problem solving. We need to adopt a problem solving skills that can help us to overcome those issues. Okay? The next is perception. Yeah, I may have a perception. Right now, I'm giving you my perception, right? Like when the baby cries, it means discomfort, right? It's a perception. You may try it. You may have a different perception, right? And that's why when people criticizing the AI and all that, they are in their own perception. But if their perception doesn't go through the learning, reasoning, and problem solving, then their perception is ideal. And we can call that a temporal. But once you have a perception that goes through this process of learning, reasoning, and then you have a problem solving, your perception will be considered as something tangible that one can see. That's why in a research, we look at the evidence, right? Though some research goes with the bias because they just want to promote. Let me tell you one thing. I am an oil producing company. I give one of the best university in the world a grant to do a research on carbon emission. Does it make sense? Yeah, it does, right? But it doesn't. It means, this is a perception also. It means I want to bury the carbon footprint. And that's what happens. ExxonMobil give, I don't want to mention the name, though I retracted that. One of the company give a funding to one prestigious university to do this, and then they have to shut down that after the professor find out that this going to happen in like 20 years. They shut down and they close everything, and they say it's not. That's illusion. And then later, 2 years ago or 3, I think 2 years ago, the same thing come back. It was in BBC and everywhere. So this is a thing, perception. The research could be biased. The same thing, not only that company. I know one of the company that I work with in University Technology Petronas. They are the one funding that green, whatever you call it. So these are the things. So we need to have a perception. Okay, our perception should not be based on a temporal. It needs to be based on the concrete ideas and evidence. Is that clear? Then the next is language understanding. It is quite important if you want to deal with AI. Thank you. You need to have a language understanding. The computer doesn't understand English, French, or Chinese, or any language, Arabic. No. The language that the computer understands is 0 and 1. Any language you give to the computer, if you can convert it into zeros and 1, the computer should be able to process it. So now, how do we convert these languages into 0 and 1 without having any error? Can you see the screen now? Okay, sorry for the interruption. We want to make sure that our virtual participant can also view. I was thinking that they can view because it shows me here that it's sharing, right? So I assume it's visible to them. Let's then try and see. So this is it. We have to know the right method of converting this human language into the machine language before we even try to process it. If we can achieve this, then everything becomes easy. You go to China, their compilers are using instruction in Chinese. You go to Russia, they use Russian to compile. You go to Nigeria, we use English, right? It's an official language. But believe me, there are some effort to use major language in Nigeria, also part of the compiler language. We can't be doing things that we have to, the time we take to even learn English, we could have done something, right? But the problem, we have multiple language in Nigeria. Which language am I going to use? So it becomes one of the advantage of using English, right? But it becomes a disadvantage for those who cannot speak good English like me. Yeah, so, I got my counterpart say, hey, this guy doesn't know how to speak English. Then it becomes a demotivation, right, for you to move forward. But don't take that. In computer, we don't care about your English. You see a Chinese professor, does he speak English? He speaks Singlish. You see Arab, they speak Aranglish. You see all they speak, they are like Indian, they speak English, They did this. So this is the thing. So we need to look at the way to have that understanding of language. So we need to make sure the machine understands the language. If it does, then everything will be easy. Why is it important? Because if you are using official language, it's official. But we need to do something intelligent, efficiently, then we need to look at everything. People speak, type in the social media, right? They did many activities. They go to restaurant, and sometimes you are driving, also you are chatting with your friend. All this need to be captured. Not only the official meeting in the office, even after the official meeting, we continue back to our language, right? Or broken English. So we need to look at every possibility. I have a CCTV. I want to process, not by looking at the series of what happened. I want to process. Who says this, what time? I need to query this to the CCTV, and I'm expecting to have the answer. Only with AI, I can do that. Okay? So, what is the goal of having the artificial intelligence? What do you think is the goal? For you to be here also. What is the goal that we are trying to achieve? We want to make sure that you are aware, you are equipped practically, theoretically, on how AI can be used, AI can be implemented, AI can be created. Not only used, because we don't want to be a user anymore. They've been doing Windows for us for some time. We don't know what is behind it, right? We appreciate Android, we appreciate Mac, we appreciate DBase, we appreciate Symbian, we appreciate all this. Linux, though Linux part of it, even though the Windows, our people there. But we want to be part of as a whole. That is one of the idea of these young innovators. You're not here to be a user, you're here to invent. I hope that's clear, right? Yeah. We are not just here to tell you that, oh, okay, you can. We will give you the idea. We are expecting that your mind is fresh. You will be able to come up with something. Right? And if you work in group, it's very easy. We had a meeting recently, a group of people. Before you know, we come up with something incredible. You would think we are having some brain damage, but we know what we are doing. Okay? Let's look at the history. When I look at the history, I find it very interesting. The AI team is not today. According to this, it started in 1950. Not started 1950, but something tested in 1950. The AI team is there with us. It's just that we didn't capture that. When you have a pyramid made, and today we don't even have the technology to make it, do you consider that the use of artificial intelligence? Maybe they use even nanotechnology to lift all these items. some scripture were showing that they take like Mr. Ahmad here, enlarge his body to be like a big mummy or monster, and then we'll be carrying that. I have read about that scripture that's showing that, you know, for the history. And this is also perception, right? It's perception. Maybe they use nanotechnology. It's a small device like this. We'll carry a big rock like this room and put it there, arrange it, and, you know, well situated. But here, what we have the evidence here showing 1950, there was a question in one of the activity showing that if we can have the machine that can think, is it possible to make a machine that can think? We used to have a mechanical machine that help us to transport items from one place to another. It's an innovation. We used to have a series of mechanical things that help us, even electronic things that help us to teleport some voice item and all that from one place to another. We used to have also a clock that gives us a time and compass, location and all that. It's an innovation. But can all these things think? Yes.
So can we see here is like it brain, because most of your most of your examples are giving these machines that just points for new brains.
Yes. So it needs to think. So you need to go behind just the idea, you know, the having the brain, but also the emotion, and also acting like a human. For what? Remember, for learning. Okay. I have no idea. Can you project it from your side, Anatu? Use your screen to share it from there, because I have shared all the. But excuse me, just hold on. Can they see my face? Okay, this is what I will do. When I share, I will come back to see.
Share screen. Don't share this messaging.
No, it's not about this. Okay.
Share it with you. Just share.
Okay, it's sharing. See? See? It's share.
No, it's sharing. I'm not mentioning
Hold on.
Don't click it.
This is the screen that I'm sharing.
This one needs to know.
Okay, maybe. With a certain perception and to be able to have a language processing capability. Clear? In 1956, there is another AI frame which is also introduced. I'm not worried about all this because this is the initial start. What I'm worried about is between 1970 and 1980. The people within 1950, yeah, okay, they are listening. You say, okay, fine. Yes, we trust you can do it. Oh, you say you do it? Okay, fine. Let's see. What is it? They're easygoing. But in 1970 and 1980, we start to have this IT professional, right? Oh, they question. They call those AI as illusionists. Yeah, just why this happened. Do you know why? There wasn't enough evidence to prove that what they are working on is doable. How did they understand? Because people start to have the knowledge. In the past, people don't have enough knowledge to even reason, to question, to see if it is visible or not. They are just listening because it's new to them. But now it means people are learning to say that these people are illusion, and they give evidence that you don't have enough material, no enough evidence, no enough research to support your argument about the AI. So we see you as illusion. But when we go to the 2000, then we start to see advancement. This is the problem solving skill. When you fall down, you start to reason why you fall down, right? And you have a problem solving skills that applies to that. And you get better. The same thing with the baby. When the baby fall down, oh, next time I know that when I come to this door, I have to be careful, right? We learn. And then we reason why I fell down, because I'm not being careful. Okay, fine. Then the problem solving skill is when I'm coming at 80, I have to reduce my speed, right? Usually when we go everywhere in the house and you hit your head somewhere. When you feel dizzy, you come back, you say, okay, next time I'll be careful when I come to this place, right? There's one pipe in the middle of my house. Every time I my head. So I have to be careful. I'm avoiding it. Even if there is people in there, I just wait for them to, because I don't want to come closer to that. So we see the advancement because more evidence are gathering, more knowledge are acquiring, and the database is becoming larger. This is another thing which is not captured in this part. You need to store. When you have a solution, you need to have archive. You need to store the information somewhere so that you can use it for future, right? But believe me, it is a supporting criteria or supporting element of the AI. Without the data, we can have the AI today. The generative AI uses all the data that was gathered between 1986 till today. The Windows was collecting information from, I think, 1983. We don't even know, right? Now we are talking about privacy and all that. They've been collecting and all that. So this is a thing. So we see some advancement, and we see a power of reasoning, first learning, reasoning, and then applying problem solving skills, then having a perception. The perception is, no, we want to move forward. Whether I did it right or wrong, I will learn and continue. Okay? Let's look at the machine learning. What is the machine learning? What do you understand by machine learning? Now, just now we talked about the machine, right, that was created before. But that machine doesn't have a brain to think, and it will learn. Does the machine learn? If you have a donkey, you bring the donkey to the farm. You go with the donkey to the farm. One day, you are sick on the way, the donkey continues. If you go to the same place you are, tidying, and the same time you are going back, the donkey will go back home. It's learning, right? But we see donkey as donkey. So we need to create a machine better than donkey, right? So this is the thing. So what is the machine learning? How the machine learn? Mariam, what do you understand by machine learning? You don't know? Okay. Machine learning, any idea? Yes? No, ChatGPT is not machine learning. It uses machine learning. It uses machine learning. The AI uses machine learning. The main model is machine learning. The machine learning produces the AI. In machine learning, we have different type of method, neural network, fuzzy, and so on, many of them. I have done a research where I combine 5 different machine learning models to have efficiency in my result, and I do. This is for detecting the sickle cells on a human body. Or another part of the research is detecting the potential of somebody with high BP to have acute of heart attack. So we got the synthetic data and we tried. The result we have is better than the result that use one model, because we clean, we sanitize, and we produce. Okay? So machine learning is a process that you allow the machine to get the information and apply the algorithm where the machine can make a decision based on the series of activity that happened in the past. Whatever you see in ChatGPT and this and that, it was trained by a smaller machine. A human trained a smaller machine on how to do things, and that machine used to train a bigger machine on how to do things, and that machine trained the other machine on how to do it. Is becoming bigger and bigger while the evaluation is going through. And then the thing happens. Before, we have AI in Google, right? They didn't say it's AI, but it's AI. When you search, you get millions, right? And they tell you get 10 million result in how many minutes? Like maybe 50 milliseconds. Seconds. But Google looking for money, right? They put priority on those who give them advertisement. Not knowing that, yes, we can give an accurate result, but putting our advertisement in first few lines, showing its advertisement, something related. This is what Yahoo is doing. If you have Yahoo inbox, the first 2 things you see is the advertisement. And now, Google also following the suit. Right? They could have made a better AI before the ChatGPT in terms of generative AI, not in terms of the general AI. Behind, they have a good AI. All your conversation is processed by their AI. If you use Android, fine. You use Apple, fine. You use what? Fine. They still have API. They have access to whatever you're communicating. That's why when you talk about BMW, the next advertisement you see is BMW. When you talk about machine learning, the next advertisement you see is Stanford University Machine Learning Program for Masses. This David Costa will bombard you with advertisement every time you go to YouTube. Machine learning, somebody, and all that. How did they process all this? So your phone takes the information back to them. Later we'll explain how the model works. It's not like your voice is going to them. But remember, in computer, everything is data, right? Yeah, we have now a model where we can search a data within encrypted data. I do that. I have encrypted data. I have an algorithm that I can search within encrypted data. I don't care whether the data is encrypted or not. I search, and I'll get my result. Whether the result will be useful for me or not, that's another thing. Supposedly, you cannot be able to search within encrypted data, right? No, I can. So this is the thing. With AI, I will be able to one day even search within the encrypted data and get the information. Because AI will help me to decrypt it at all costs. And I believe this system somehow exists. We don't want to go deep into that. Okay, so machine learning, the type of machine learning. Okay, we have several types of machine learning: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. It's a type of machine learning, just like the AI I told you. When you do the evaluation, you want to see, is it the AI evaluating AI or a human evaluating AI? We do both in our team, and we compare the result. And we try to make better quality in our product. Okay? So supervised is when you train, you level, and the human being, supervising, or a machine is supervising. And unsupervised is when you let it find patterns and use it by itself. Sometimes you search in this generative AI, they give you 2, 3 different type of content. They say version 1, version 2, version 3. Okay? Why? Because it uses this model, and there is possibility to have it in this model, and there is possibility to have it in different model. So it uses different patterns. Reinforcement is when you are, trying, or something happened, you need to have a backup plan, right? Yeah, this AI is generating these. Can I trust the AI in medical field? I think so, right? But I can't. I don't have the cautious to, give AI, green lights. By the way, talking about the medical field is the last to adopt the information technology transformation in all the sector. Banking, I think, is the first. Then education, blah, blah, blah. They all adopted the information technology transformation. But the medical is the last. And who is the best users now? The medical. We have telemedicine. Telemedicine can be used to treat a person in a different geographical location. I will be in America, New York. I will be operating someone in China or in the Middle East. And it happened, and it's happening. Right? So look at radiologic imaging, radiologic information system. Look at telepsychiatry. Look at pharmacy and all that. Look at what we have today, like informal medicine, where you can have a mobile application and describe the kind of sickness you have. You don't need to see a consultant, right? Maybe you cannot afford. You use your tools available, and you get the generated content by AI, giving you some suggestion what you can do. It helps, right? Sometimes. And this is all coming from the notes of that professional. And it's taking the best out of the best most of the time. But there will be room for error. The same thing, there will be room for error when the physician also does operation for getting his scissors inside, or the tissue, or something like that. It's possible, right? Sometimes, if we do things right with the machine learning, we can avoid having this kind of error, which is done by human being. I'm writing codes in programming, and I forgot to write single comma. Single comma. The project compiler shows me I have one error. When I corrected that error, I have 1,500 errors to follow back. This happened to my friend. Bring it to me. I find the error. I change the error. I now have 1,500 and blah, 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 blah errors. Say, you are destroying my code, right? Say, no, you are doing all wrong. No. You are destroying my code. No, I'm not. So he didn't know what I did, actually. So I say, okay, since I'm destroying your codes, let me fix it. Say, okay, you have to fix it. I put back the comma before he knows. I say, run it again. It become one error. Okay, he took his laptop, he ran away. He went to my friend and he told him. Then he laughed. He said, better go back home. Because nobody knows this type of error except this guy at the moment. When he come back, I told him, I will give you something that nobody knows in our team or around the people we live. You will forget to have this comma after the declaration of this variable. You add another variable. The system doesn't understand that. It needs this, what we call it, syntax. The syntax needs to be there. Now this is a common error that the AI cannot form for you, right? It's a silly error, right? Like you do operation, all goes well, but you forgot the cotton you use to clean the blood in the body, and then it's inside, you put it, then it becomes another infection. Too bad, right? Somebody can resist, somebody cannot. Yeah, so that's the thing. So if we have type of supervised, then it's good. If our AI is good enough, or our machine learning is good enough, you can test it. You do it yourself. Let me see what you can do. Like sometimes you test your child, right? Okay, your child now can work. Okay, since you are holding his hand, sometimes you say, okay, go by yourself. Let me see. When the child wants to fall down, you quickly reinforce, right? To hold him. So this is how the team works. So in machine learning, we do the same. Okay? And one of the examples of this AI is that we have a system like Netflix and Amazon. There are many types of systems that we use in AI. Okay? Amazon and Netflix is one of them. Now, if you use Netflix, it can give you a recommendation based on your preference, profile, or your internet, likes and all that. They have access to that. They have all the APIs. By the way, they have another human model exactly like you in their server. They know what you're going to think in the next second because they know you more than you know yourself. Yeah, why? How this happened? Because when you are doing things, you think you are the only one who is knowing it. And you sometimes forget, right? This is the thing. The system doesn't forget. I can have like agreement with you here. If you finish this, I'm going to give you 5 naira, right? 5 naira. Do we still use 5 naira? Okay, 5,000. Okay? But I forgot, or I delusionally, create a false memory to edit it because I don't want to pay. Then you come back and say, no, did we? You have evidence? No, I can't remember doing that. But the AI, no, it's there. Sometimes also you say something and you forget. Yes, you forget. It's in the primary, it doesn't go to the secondary. Sometimes it goes to the secondary, but you cannot have access to it because something comes in pressure and all that, After the exam, then you remember the answer of question 2. What is the point? I never discuss about the question and answers after my exam. When it's done, it's done. Because usually after the exam, I have fever. I always have fever. If today you will give me exam, after the exam, I will have fever. You'll see I'm sweating until I see my result. So this is the thing, right? I always don't trust myself. This is the thing. Okay, I will do my best. So I'm expecting something good. That's the thing. Okay, and it's funny, right? Amazon, they have a number of services online. One of them cloud services for IT infrastructure. They have also a mall. They started like nothing. This guy, he spent like 10 years without making a profit. I think in 3 years, he made only $2. He started in his garage, but he didn't stop. He's learning. What he did, he tried to see the supply chain and break the supply chain. He created customer to customer, and he take the commission. When he started, he was just doing it for free. His server situated in his garage, right? His father's garage. He filled all the garage. His father cannot even use the, place for the parking anymore. They have to park outside. This guy is getting nothing. In 3 years, he get $2. But now, you know how much he gets? He can buy the whole town. Yeah, so this is the reality. So this is the thing. He made an effort. He learned. He reasoned. He applied the problem-solving skills, and he stored information for future use. And he understands most of us better than the way we understand ourselves, especially those owners of the operating system. They have our model. They know when we sleep. They know when we wake up. They know when we drive cars. These phones, they have a sensor. They can feel when they are in the pocket. They can feel when they are in the dashboard. They can. You are not looking maybe. If you are driving your car, the profile changes. Unless if you did not enable those kind of feature. If my phone is silent, once I'm driving the car, it changes to something. Especially when I connect the Bluetooth. So it changed to something that will not distract me automatically. And it has a sensor. It can detect how many people are here. It has a hologram of this room. The sensors does that. This information is not kept here. It's sent back to the manufacturer, or let's say the operating system owner. Not only that, I think you can trust me, you can believe me. Sometimes you buy 1 gigabyte data and you don't know how it finishes. Right? You are wondering, where is your data? MTN. This MTN. This is what I tell my friend, right? I stopped buying 20 gigabyte. I'm buying 1 gigabyte for 3 days. I will finish it. Later I will add another. It's 200 naira. So it's cheap. Even the airtime, I don't buy airtime 1,000. I stop. I have 200. When it finish, 200 again. So when I call you, you finish 200. I'm not going to call you again. You have to call back. You finish your, So that's the thing. So we can apply the AI to even understand that. Okay, at the end, these guys, they have our hologram and a model of who we are if we use this device. See, I have my father's number. I know what I saved my father in the phone. But when I call my father, Truecaller show me something. My father doesn't use Truecaller, right? My mother doesn't use Truecaller. But why it shows that? Because some people recognize my father with that name, or my mother, or my grandmother with that name. And this system use it in the database to display that. Right? If you want to know what they call you, use your friend phone, delete your number, and dial it. You will know what people, call you when you are not there. This is the way of making hypocrisy, right? So Bulma, right? So this is the thing. The key concept of AI and for the search algorithm. So we have a few things here. We have a purpose, uniform search, uninformed search, and informed search. Then the application. What is the purpose that we are trying to achieve? What is the purpose? We need to understand, right? Our purpose. Did I still have time? Yes. What is the purpose of doing this? Everything needs to have a purpose, right? Without a purpose, everything becomes nothing. It's a waste of time. Sometimes we can have a knowledge of what we are doing before we do it. Sometimes we don't have the knowledge of what we are doing, but we learn as we are doing it. Like a person will come to a university having some understanding of biology, chemistry, and all that, or maybe computer science, or maybe network engineering or computer engineering. Have basic, right? Sometimes you don't have anything, you have no clue. When I sent to computer school, I cried. I told my father, I'm an engineer. My father is a metal engineer, metal construction engineer. When I go to the school, there is this department For metal work, I say no. I go to the carpentry and joinery. When I come, it's a shame, man. You choose carpentry and joinery? Your father dealing with metal and you're doing this? I said, don't worry. I wanted to choose a radio and television department, which is electrical and electronics. But I remember one guy that making trouble in my town called, what's his name again? Churi, Hussein Churi. He gathered people's radio in his, every time he's with the police. I don't want to be Churi, right? So I don't want that. This is my demotivation of going to the electrical and electronics. Then I choose carpentry and joinery. I don't even know why I choose that. But later I understand that, yes, I did well. I learned metal work in my home, and I have different skills somewhere else. And I graduated with good result that I have to go to Russia to study architectural engineering. I'm waiting for the visa. That's when they send me to the computer school. This poor woman, how can you send me to the woman? I cried. My mother said, just try it. Okay, I'm going for the interview. I'm going to fail. When I go, I see one of my rivals, Ado Shehu. He's there. I'm number 1 in the primary school every time. He never come number 2, number 3. But if Ado Shehu win me today, he will be happy. I changed my mind. We go with my brother. My brother escorted me so that I am there. I did that interview. There is an exam. It's interview, then I see exam. We went to the exam, I finished. I submitted. Somebody come, who's Ravi Ibrahim here? I scared. What happened? Oh, it doesn't happen. They will announce me in front of all my friends that I did bad. They say, congratulations, this is your offer letter. Without the interview, this is the people we are looking here. I say, hey, Adoshew, see here? So this is the team, right? I got the motivation now to start a computer. I start the computer 98 times because I didn't see window 98 in the screen. I'm counting that window. I cannot stop it when it shows that window that I'm counting. I mean, it's just 11. I off it. I push the button, off it. Then on it again. 98 times I'm counting. I couldn't see that 98, Windows 98. See, this window is not 98. They lied to me. And I start writing a note. This is the first thing that I learned, that they are lying in the computer. They say window 98, but this window is not up to 98. Right? Then there's something I cannot forget. It's American Megatech. It always shows before the, this is in the motherboard. So it takes time, right? I'm learning. It's better than somebody who come with the knowledge that he think he knows, but he don't even reason. I'm not trying to reason at that time. Why I'm questioning. What do we do with this? Before you know it, I know how to do HTML. I know how to do C. And I know how to do the MySQL, SQLi, and all that. So this is the tip. So we can have no knowledge, we can have knowledge, and we can have a format, okay? We can have a knowledge, like we have a history. Sometimes we start to create the history. We start something, somewhere. The application could be in games, robot navigation, it could be in health, it could be in many forms. Here we are trying this artificial intelligence in virtual realities, in drone technology, in the supercomputer cluster, which you will have advantage coming to the Cosmopolitan because you are going to observe and witness some of these activities that we do, especially in the makerspace. I invite you after your class, try to meet with our representative to take you around to see what we're doing. Maybe you can have interest and you're welcome. You're already part of the Cosmopolitan family. All the online and physical students are invited. Believe me, if we put hands together, we'll do incredible things. One person can never, do things. It must be a collective of people's, ideas. And don't always see your ideas as nothing, unless you have a proof that it's nothing. If you cannot have a proof that your idea is nothing, you don't have also better idea, keep your idea. It means something. Anytime you have idea that you don't have a replacement or better idea, your idea is the best at that time. But once you have a better idea, then you can upgrade. Clear? Knowledge representation. We need to see how we represent the knowledge, what we acquire, how we're going to use it. Then the AI has the knowledge. They have the database. Not thinking of putting the right algorithm so that the message or the data can be used. For example, in the past, they gather all the information, our model and all that, but they are using it only for advertisement. Guess how much millions they're getting? Do you know out of these millions they are getting, you know how many goes out for bribery? More than 30% go for bribing the mark to make the Google search engine to be the main search engine or default search engine in their device. They bribe them. I learned about this a few years ago, I think 2 years ago or something like that. So it doesn't make sense, right? It is better. People will use it or not. If you use the BR now, you can use even Safari, right? To cast it. You have to use Google Chrome because they use HTML5. Some of this activity, we cannot do it with Safari and Edge and all that. We have to use Google Chrome. They are using the HTML5. This is the way we want to compete. By having the technology that cannot be computed. Not by making people to slow it down so that we can be the only one to shine. No. But we want to compete. When I see you have something that's better than mine, I am trying to learn and do even better. Not like bringing you down. Okay, so we need to have this knowledge representation. Okay, we need to have this knowledge representation. And we need to have a reasoning. When we have the data that is being represented or a data was given to us, we need to reason. Why, how, and what for. I've seen a statistics, for example. I need to understand this is for what, where it comes from, and it's supposed to mean what? Reasoning. Okay, an example of this, we have an expert system for medical, a health environment. If you go to some of these, they call them developing countries, but they have best system than you can have even in the developed country. I've seen a best care system in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I still have access to this. I can generate all my history of, visit to the hospital, all my X-ray, everything. I can still generate with the mobile phone. It's the best system. Every activity you do in that hospital is being captured in that system. How many medicine I collected, prescription, and everything is there. One day I come with the bag of medicine in the airport, the NDLEA stopped me. Okay, what I did, my father went there, so I used my account to prescribe a medication, go through the, what they call it, medical examination, all that. They prescribe the medication. So I keep the medication. When I'm coming, I bring it. So for the whole time, semester, you don't need medication. You don't need to buy. They're expensive medication. So one time, then the NDA stopped me. Hey, this medication, I'm like, no, it's prescribed medication. It's too much. How come? This is for about 6 months until I come back. But it's going to expire. I said, look at the expiry date. This is from AstraZeneca, the best. And I'm collecting, the recent one. And they want to see the prescription. I show them it's level. He said, no, he don't agree with that. So I open the system, I show him. He see even the previous years, spent 7 years collecting medication. You say, oh, which kind of system is that? This is best care. Can I have access to it? You need to work there. This is the Minister of National Guard. If you work with them, you can have it. And you see it. So this is the thing. We can reason. When he see this information, he reasons. Right? He reasons. And without the AI, can this be possible? No, I know the database is there, but how the database can understand that the database knows that I'm not the one using the medication. It's for my father. My age cannot use this medication. If I use that medication, it means there is a problem. Right? It's a blood pressure. Though I took mine also, which is gastritis and all that. I don't have, but I know some people from my family have. I bring it. Okay? So this is the thing. Natural language processing. You see, we discussed about how the machine can understand the natural language. Even English is considered as natural language. Anything rather than zeros and one is a natural language. How do we transform or convert this natural language into machine language? There must be a certain algorithm that we use or we adopt to do that. One of these is that we need to have some tasks. Speech recognition, text classification, okay, sentiment analysis, and machine translation. These are the key tasks that needed. Speech recognition, when I'm speaking, the phone recognizes. In the past, this guy that was held in Russia for more than 20 years now, Snowden, he was telling the world that America was recording every call that goes in and out from any provider. They have the records. And he flew from America, right? You know that. He was in Russia until today. I don't know if he's still in Russia, but the last time I know he's in Russia. Russia is seizing him. And America looking for him to, finish this guy. He stayed in Russia and giving Russian, some. He was a CIA member, the best technologist in CIA. This to tell you that when America have this recording, they are not just keeping it, they are using it, processing it to understand their potential threat. Sometimes they go in the middle of night and bombard some place in some other countries because they know there is an attempt of a terror attack based on the information they are hearing. But these people are smart. They make them feel like they are doing it wrong because they would take the phone, location, put it there and connect that phone to another place and make the phone call from somewhere. They use a proxy. So when they bomb the place, they bomb a wrong place. They'll bomb a school, or they bomb a hospital, or they bomb. The same thing happening now in other countries that they have been war recently. They are using those places as proxy. They don't want to be detected, right? So they use those proxy, and those people, they have heart. No heart, right? They bomb everywhere. They don't care. That's why you see the bombardment. They are using those speech recognition and processing it to understand where this is coming from. Text classification. When I send a text message, or I should be able to have a machine that tells me there is a threat here. It means now Facebook has this. If anyone is threatening you or trying to commit suicide, they detect. They have this mechanism. If you look at the recent updated policy, if you threat anyone for what they call it, these words, trying to take money from people, blackmail people and all that, bullying, blackmailing and all that, it detects. That's why they try to know everyone now. You must use your phone number and all that. They know your location anyway. In last 2 years, I think during the previous administration, 8 American agents come to Nigeria and captured, released their citizen, killed 3 Nigerians and captured, I think, 5 of them. undercover operation that Nigerian government doesn't even know. They use intelligence to understand where they are. And I am wondering how they come to Nigeria. And when they finish the operation, they announced. With the intelligence, we will know when they come. We will know their communication. The Center for, Space and what, they should be able to know that there is something going on. The communication, agency, they should know, NCC, they should know that there is new registered, kind of transmission of data is registered. What is it? Investigate. Find out. Use AI to investigate for you if you don't have time or you don't have the knowledge. Deploy tools, deploy professionals. Let them do this for you. This is where we can do it better. Then we have sentiment analysis. During this election, create an algorithm for one of my politicians. He's my boss. Then he becomes politics. What can I do for him? I cannot go and do holding posts, right? I don't have time for that. I create an algorithm that uses sentimental analysis. I get the API or all the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all these social networking, even YouTube, to give him the understanding where he has a weak point. I'm not giving him his strengths, I'm giving him his weak point so that he can go and do better. Maybe do some welfare in that place, things can be better. So that's how the new politics should be. Understand your weak point, do things for them to change their mentality, engage them, rather than, making them becoming thugs. If we can go in this trend, and with the help of what? AI. I just have the algorithm. The algorithm completion is with some kind of machine learning algorithm, and it becomes like a simple AI, right? That can tell him something about his moves, which is very good. Then machine translation, how the machine translate information. Not just translating Hausa to English, no. Information, how it transforms from one thing to another. It's more than just translating Spanish to English and all that. No, understanding everything and using that to make something. Clear? We have GPT-3, which is one of the generative AI things, okay, that can be used for all these things. If you ask, let's say ChatGPT some question, sometimes it tells you clearly that I'm not authorized or I'm not designed to do this kind of thing. Do you think it cannot? No, it does. But they put a limitation. If you subscribe for the subscription version, you get it. This is one thing. Always the rich one get the best, right? This is the thing. When you are not rich, you buy old car, right? You consume more fuel, right? The rich one get the hybrid car. 1 liter goes for 32 kilometers to 70 kilometers. Better, right? So we need to be rich, right? I think better. Better we are rich. Okay, but not rich for nothing, right? Rich for enriching others. Let's look at this robotics perception in AI. Okay? Sometimes we go forward, not just by having a machine that does some process and all that. We want to have a physical object that can do things for you. Recently, I have seen a new AI. Everyone knows about Sophia? The first robot citizen of Saudi Arabia. The whole world did not give a citizenship to any robot. Saudi Arabia gave a citizenship to robot Sophia. They are the first to give a citizenship, a Saudi passport. You know that passport cannot be burned even by bombs. It's a good passport. See, they don't give a citizenship to a human being, but they give a citizenship to the robot. We need to understand there is something, right? We need to reason. They don't want people to take over their land, but they can use the robot to give them any service they need. So meaning that I don't need you. Saudi Arabia is a country where Most of the activity, even washing your clothes, you have to hire somebody from outside the country to do it for you. Your bread that you eat, they eat bread every day. Even if they don't eat it, it needs to be on the table. Okay? They technically have no farms. Even the recent farm they have is controlled and been, maintained by the foreign people. Everything foreign. Everything foreign. Who teach their student? Foreign. Who did the work for them in the house? So technically the foreigners take over the country. They try by making their citizens to take the, take ownership of the country. They don't want. Because, when you have everything, you don't care, right? Yeah. I am a Saudi. If I like, I open my shop. If I don't like, I don't open. Sorry, I don't have time. I'm rich already, right? Like here. So this is the thing. The young leader think of reforming the country. If you're not going to work, fine. I will have a robot to do it, but I will not allow other people coming here, marrying our daughters and becoming the citizen of the country. Next time you will not see Saudi, you will see something else. You see Bengali. Now they even put a rule that, woman, if she wants to marry, blah, 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 and all that, to make it more strict. And the man also, if he's going to marry, he cannot marry any lady that is older or younger, 15 years, than his wife, and if you don't have a first wife, you have to go through this before. Why? They want to maintain their culture, conserve their people, and all that. Then he introduced AI. And this AI robot, Sophia, is the model of the robot that can be used in the new, what they call it? This new project. Who can remind me? Who knows about Saudi Arabia very well? There's this Red Sea area. They have this island which they are creating, Neom City. I remember Neom City. So the Neom City is zero carbon footprint. They are now building a big diagonal wall, and it's amazing. I don't know if it is useful. And they are making everything there to be digital. If you finish this AI, I advise you to look for a job in the neom.org. They are having some good work there for AI and all that, project management and so on. So he started this, and he wants to test how can he transform the Saudi Arabia. But he don't want to do it within Saudi Arabia. He has a different location within the middle of the sea, is an island. He created this and trying to see how this can be done. They started this project. It's going to be commissioned. There is already commissioned, but it's going to be start to work by 2030. Everything should be ready. 2030, I believe. This is part of his vision 2030. Everything should be ready. So who will be the service there? The robot. Who will be the, whatever you think, the robot will be there. And that place will not have the same laws that governs it, the same like in the Saudi Arabian Peninsula. No, it's going to be governed by different type of laws. So meaning that you cannot do anything there. It's a free zone. It is.
Because when a machine is involved or when a robot is involved, it becomes controlled.
No. I mean free zone in a way that you are not governed by the scripture. You are governed by a system. America is a free zone, but it's not fully free zone because we have influence of Christianity, right? So they don't want to think about any religion in that. They have a systematic, policy and governments there. So technically what is not doable in the scripture is doable there. What is not doable in the scripture is doable. What is doable in the scripture may not be doable there. Like maybe having a mosque with the speaker will not be doable there. Maybe having a church with the bell, maybe even having church there will not be doable. Then you are going there as a free man. No religion. Maybe. But they say that the rules is going to be a different thing. Okay, I don't know much about it, how it's going to be done, but this is what I so far know, and this is the perception I have. Then the perception. And she recognize the object and make a decision in real time. The whole thing needs to be in real time. If things cannot be processed in real time, what's the point? If you are watching football, something happened. Ronaldo hit the goal, ball with his head. It goes goal or not goal. After 1 minute, then you know. Does it make sense to you? You need to know it as it's happened, right? Maybe you are just, then the network hang. You're thinking, can I celebrate or should I wait, right? Better you wait, because sometimes you celebrate, it hit the bar and come back. So it needs to be in real time, especially when you are dealing with the medical or health sector, telemedicine, you are operating someone and you are not on real life. Oh, a lot of bloods, right? The patient died maybe 1 minute before you don't even know. You keep putting and he died already. So we can have autonomous medical vehicles and industrial robots. These are one of the examples or applications. Okay, vehicles like a plane that can transport people. If you go to Singapore, you have a bus that has no driver. As the year 2005, I've seen a bus that has no driver. And I use that bus frequently from Katong to Jurong East. No issue. Never had a crash. Right? And if you go without paying, they know. You will pay. They already know you as you go in. Whether you have a card or you are putting coin, they know if you are putting or you are not putting. The system knows. Some people cheat. Some people go to the back of the bus as like they are moving. If someone is going, they put their card. Then they, ignore. They see them and they pay the fine. They pay maybe 10 times sometimes, just to control you not to do that. So this is the thing. We have a vehicle which can be, now we have a robot that can, they call it a pilot, right? What they call it? This type of pilot that can take off and land by itself. Yeah? Autopilot, very good, autopilot. The autopilot can allow the plane to take off and land by itself. Sometimes the pilot is not sure what to do. You put it on autopilot, let it control. I don't know what to do. The turbine is, what they call it, is too much. So let autopilot help, because I have no clue what to do. Sometimes you leave it to the autopilot and he's misbehaving, you take over, right? If you are experienced. But if you are not experienced, you let it, right? Like when you play a game, right? Sometimes you let the computer continue on your behalf when you cannot finish. So you let the computer finish for you. In the industrial, if you look at the warehouse of Amazon, currently they have very robust warehouse where all the items in that warehouse, inventory, supply, everything is mechanized in intelligent. You ever seen that video of the warehouse from Amazon? See how the packet is going up, down, and there is never a crash between them. It's just a mesh of a network of robots and mechanism pushing packet from one place to another. Look at the airport, not Nigerian airport. Look at the airport. You tag your tin by yourself. You put your bag. The QR code or the barcode scanner is in there and it hits it this way. It goes there, it goes there. Automatic. You never miss your baggage, but you miss it in Nigeria. Why? Because human is doing it. Sometimes as they carry it, they remove the tag. It disappears. Once it's not tagged, it disappears. You put it in the plane. You put the bag in a plane without a tag, it means that they don't even know where it comes from. Can they bring it back to the country? No way. No way. Remember, not only one airline goes to the airport. And not only one airline items goes through that line, belts that carry the baggage. So if this mistake happens, we lost it for life. I lost baggage, a lot, and the most important baggage in my life. So I don't want to repeat the same thing. Okay, we are running out of time. These are the application of AI. We can have it in health. Why I put health at the first? I like health. Health environment need to use AI because I have seen so many times where the physician make a mistake and person die. I have a family member that dies from a mistake by a physician. What can I do? I have to kill the physician or what? I can, right? I cannot have two people die at the same time, right? Just because of, so, but it's touching. It's touching. Sometimes we can use AI in this to train them, not only allowing AI to do it, but give them some knowledge which they don't have. Based on the community of practice, they learn better and they can do it better. And we can be more healthier. Production of vaccine. We can use it, AI, to predict, do the analysis. Something that can happen in the next 60 years, it can process it in 60 minutes. See the power? One person is doing it. He may make an error, put a 5 cm, but he reported 7 cm. Not 7 cm, 7 cl. He may use a different measure and he recorded a different measure, and the statistics will show different. But if the machine does it, we are sure that it will be accurate when our machine is calibrated. There are many things here that can be done with AI to improve the health environment. Finance. We can detect the fraudulent activity. OPay is very difficult for you to get fraud from OPay, unless if you are not being careful. They don't have a customer service as the other conventional banks have, but they have better system. I always transfer my money from conventional banks to OPay to make the simple transaction. I say if OPay today recognize me and give me an unlimited account, I will put my money. I trust OPay more than GT, more than any other bank. Why? Because I care about your productivity, not your name. When Savannah goes, it goes with my father's money. Number of millions. And nobody account, nobody pay until today. So GT can go with my money and not pay, right? And my children can say that GT goes with my father's money and not pay. So if OPay goes with the money, it's not the first one, right? People are scared that OPay or Pluto and all that can take people's money and run away. Savannah does that. And the people that took the money are with us. So this is it. But at the time that I'm using the system, am I happy or not? Yes, I'm happy. That's the most important. I don't care about tomorrow. I care about today first. Then let me live tomorrow, right? If you don't live today, is tomorrow important for you? You die today, so tomorrow is not important for you. But you need to live today before you, so this is the thing. So we have certain algorithm to detect that, and we can have credit sorting and all that.
Sorry,
yes. Yes.
credit scoring.
Yeah.
I don't think it's private again.
See, yeah, I don't know, but it should be. This should be controlled by CBN. When you take a loan in other country, even your organization, when they give you a loan, they know. It's working, right? I think it's working. It's not an answer. I've been in CBN Currency and Development Department. I was invited in 2019. They are still using Excel. Seriously. And the guy was there, you know, using Excel. He changed the formula. He siphoned 12,000 that day on Friday. I went there. He lost 12 million, and he's saying that it lost from the window. I said, okay, fine. I highlight, rearrange the formula. It balanced. I said, what is happening? Madam, look at this guy. And I left. They don't want me there since I do this, right? The small guy. But the big guy saying, come. I said, no, I'm not coming. At that time, I don't want to come. Now, if they give me, I would think about it. Right, is it? So that time, I'm getting big chunk. So it's something. But now I can go there as a consultant since I'm available. Okay, entertainment, we have Spotify, Netflix. You can see how amazing it is, right? You can have some recommendation, you can have different type of search, it's amazing. I don't use it, so I don't know what to say about it. But I know it's amazing because some people like it, right? The musics are there, here. They enjoy it. You know, sometimes you feel comfortable of the service that makes you to think it's important, right? I don't use any of them. So I can't tell much about it. But I know they are using AI in recommendations. Okay? Then customer service. These days you use Telegram, right? You see how amazing the bots is. I see Telegram as operating system, not a chat application. How many applications now deployed in Telegram? Millions. So this is amazing. From there. Okay, from here, I think. It should be done there also. Okay, am I running out of time? Okay, I think we reach to the end. Customer service is amazing. Okay, then the ethical. We need to look at the ethic when we deal with the AI. A social ethic, professional ethic, you know, conventional, non-conventional, all the ethics need to be considered. Okay? And AI can be biased. That's what we are trying to find out now, or we already find out. AI to AI is biased. But how to govern this? How to provide a guideline? How to make a certain framework that we can benefit from this AI so that it will not lead us into a catastrophe. If we don't do this now, we'll be in a catastrophe. Clear? So remember, the algorithm is created, right, for encryption and all that. Do you think that I cannot decrypt without the key? You think, right? For layman, yes. But for professional, no, I can't decrypt. The person that created this encryption mechanism, he knows how to decrypt, whether with the key or not. So if rat create a hole, he needs to have an exit, right? Second exit, third exit, fourth exit, and all that. This is the chain. So don't be in that trap, thinking that end-to-end encryption is end-to-end encryption. No, for you. And maybe in future I will explain how. So privacy concern, yes, with AI, I don't think you are private anymore. So the model tried to, like when I'm giving this talk, I made some mistakes calling names, right? The AI will try to avoid, but it will give you the data in most of the cases. So this is the advantage of having AI, right? If I ask AI to present this, it will try to avoid all that mistake calling names, organization and all that, and do it flat. So there is some privacy concern. So if I know what you are talking about, I know who is it, right? But it's not mentioned. Accountability. Who is responsible for AI damage? Who can be responsible? Who held responsible? Everyone, right? Anyone who is part of it. I have 3 minutes. Then job displacement. Some people think with AI we are going to lose job, right? When the internet is created, the same thing. They say, oh, library is going to close, TV is not going to close. Now it's becoming even bigger. They're making more money than they are making while they are in conventional TV station, newspaper and all that. They are making hell amount of money now because the usage now is increased, multiplied, and you just need to transform your business model. Yes. And once it does that, everything will be fine and you will be part of it. In conclusion, we have a revolution of that industry, okay, as part of the potential, okay. This can be done in finance, medical sector, it can be in any kind of industry you can think about, education, okay. And there are a number of challenges which is part of the ethical, bias, job displacement, which I don't really think it is, okay. And the future of AI is growing and we need to improve it so that it can suit our needs, not destroying us, okay. All this perception of having AI to take over the human is possible if we don't do it right. So this is a time that we are training you. We are expecting something from you that can help our future generation, because AI is not going back, except it will continue to do itself. This is the thing, because once it's launched, it continues to do itself, and there is no way back. But we have to regulate it. We have to tell AI cannot do anything without our instruction at the moment. So we need to guide the AI to do things when it takes over us in right way, not against us. Thank you so much. And question and answer? Did I still have time? Okay, so we'll be giving access code for attendance today for our online students. What is the access code, please? Okay, just give ABC 1, 2, 3 for today. Okay, generate it and let me know. So I tell them. So there will be links sent to, okay, sent, right? So you have to use that for access code, what I'm going to announce now. Only those in this class will know, right? Unless if you share it with your friends. But we want to know who attend so that we can understand your level. Things will work better. Do you have any question? Is it very difficult, or is it making any sense? Okay, yes. DX, capital letter D, small letter X, 4-2, capital letter T, then U, small letter U. Let me type it here. Okay, B, X, 4-2, P, U, that's what? Okay. So those who are online, this is your code. You can use it for your attendance. Let me look at the online. Do we have any question from online? The screen is shown now, right?
Yes,
okay. Any question? So this is what I said to my students in my classes. If I don't have any question, it's either you understand 100% or you don't understand at all. So what impression are you giving me? Though some of you ask questions during the event, and prepare for this. If you don't ask me question, I will ask you question. What is the question? Yes, okay. Can you read the question for me? Okay, let him ask the question, write the question, or you can give him the chance to speak if we have that avenue. Yes. Yes.
Can we say that AI can learn because of education? There are like 2 stages in learning intelligence. So you learn, unlearn, and relearn. So can we say that AI can do that?
You know.
AI cannot unlearn.
No. If it find an error, then it has to resolve that. That is why we have that learning, reasoning, and problem solving, and what? Perception. The last one is language understanding. So just understand this. This is the process. Even for your real life, this is what you do actually. Sometimes you have a perception and it makes things different, right? So one with different perception may say, this is a program. How come they will teach me all this artificial intelligence for free? This is a perception I got from many people. Why in Nigeria they do this? It never happened, right? Now you are trying to get into the university and you have to pay huge amount of money. And now they're teaching you something that can give you something in life. They say it's free. Where on earth? They didn't know that it can happen. This is a perception also, but it happens. Okay? Any other question?
What are the examples of machine learning?
Is he following?
From someone in Singapore.
Okay.
And whether it's in Singapore or in Singapore.
No, it's okay. Which part of Singapore? Ask him which part of Singapore are you? We talk about it. Yes.
Concerning the course, I was kind of skeptical about doing it because I was thinking we'll be learning something like coding, Python, and all of that.
That's for software development. But for this also, there are some practical activity. It's involved practical activity, but in different module. That's what I try to do before you come. I show the entire program that we have. Everything from software development, artificial intelligence, and digital skills. Then there is another one coming, which is emerging technology. Once it's ready, we'll announce it also. People can join. There would be some series. If you have algorithm, it's coding, right? You need to understand how to do the algorithm and, push it into the system so the system will execute. We are trying to avoid you from going into the coding. If you want coding, you can go back to software development. Really? Okay. So it's good for you. You may technically have the same thing with the software developer while you use AI. While that guy is trying his best to understand the coding, you already have an algorithm that generates the code for you.
One is asking.
Yes.
Why AI is not effectively used in our Nigerian university?
So tell me what is effectively used in Nigerian university. Even the TED fund is not effectively used, right? They keep the money, take the 10% and send it back every year. Nothing is effectively used, but believe me, in few years to come, things will change. If people like you that are visionary, young generation, they would change this mentality. Believe me, trust me, when you start to be a professor, I think things will start to change because you are seeing things in different way. I cannot even question why is the AI not working. What is working there? Even the whiteboard is not working. The chairs are not working. Talking about the AI. We are going too far, right? The grant that they should use to buy chair is not even working. The painting of the university, when you go, you think you are in a graveyard. Sorry, I'm talking too much of my country. Sorry, Nigeria. Sorry, Nigeria. Really, but it's touching. It's touching, absolutely touching. So sorry about that. The AI will not work if there is no infrastructure. This is your answer. It needs a certain infrastructure for it to work. Do we have a supercomputer? Any university in Nigeria that does a supercomputing model? No, we are the first to do it. We are the first to start this project and we have about 80% completion. By 26th of November, we should have it ready. That's why you see us and Hayat, we are so stressed about this thing. Okay? Any other question? Yes. Yes? Yes? So this is the thing. When we do all this, see, this is the thing. As a AI expert or machine learning expert, actually computer science expert, you need to have a backup plan. The backup plan is you have this kind of algorithm that does this. You allow this machine to do this by itself. You need to have something in place to either roll back and redo it. So it's like when you are doing a development, we have a development, staging, then the production, and what? There are three different types of development stage. Hayat, you need to remind me this. We have staging, we have production, and we have what? Deployment. So during the deployment, if there is something goes, you have to go back to staging. So this is a kind of backup. You need to have a backup. Sometimes you have a problem with your banking system and all that. You need to roll back and then settle everything. This is the reinforcement. You need to have a backup plan that keeps the thing going. While recently GT has an issue, right? For 1 week we have problem after the Zenith, right? Like 2 weeks. My salary couldn't reach to my account because of their, problems. And with the Zenith Bank also, so it's like 1 month without the salary, which is bad. Why? Can it happen out there? I don't think so. Because they have a backup plan, which is that reinforcement. If anything went wrong, they have a separate server that will continue. And this is what we do here with our network. If anything went wrong, we have a backup router that we configure. We just switch and rectify this issue, and then we put it back. And this is how it should be. Okay? Actually, this is a method of computer science. The deep computer science. When you're talking about artificial intelligence, you're going deep inside computing. Okay? And now we are even talking about machine learning. Any other question? It's time, right? Thank you so much. I need to attend another student. I don't know if I need a tea or I want to take this malt. I don't take malt at all. Yeah. Maybe. It's somewhere there. Hello, Pop. How are you? Oh, you're watching it from here? Wow, that's great.
And this is open to non-Supreme. This one is.
Yes.